Hey there guys, so the last time in Wistoria, we saw that all student praxis has started and Will had joined the team of the top dogs of the school. But he saw how skilled all of them were, and at this rate, Will realized he won't earn even 100 points if they keep killing all the monsters themselves. But while they descended to the floor 10 to kill the boss Cerberus was dead and they got ambushed by another monster who sends them all down to the floor 11. Shaun and Julius were at the top of the 11th floor, but others fell down further deep into the 11th floor, where Will was keeping Wignall alive somehow. He was so proud of his elven race, but he saw a clear difference between him and Will as too high. But even the students' camp on the upper floor was being attacked by monsters, and a few professors were killed by certain someone. So now, as the story continues, we go back to the past when Wignall was working his ass off to improve his illusion skill and magic to reach Eleanor, but it just simply wasn't enough. So even when he felt like passing out from exhaustion, he kept on going to become powerful to one day meet Eleanor. Wignall was considered a laggard among elves because all the elves ascended the tower long ago and he's still here. No talent, laggard, this type of remarks Wignall had endured. As his illusion magic wasn't good enough, elven illusion magic gets physical form, but his is just show and can't defeat any enemies, but he was one of the topper of school. So Wignall reminds him of what Lehana said, they are just leftovers, because the real talents always ascend the tower even without graduation, and over the 6 years, Lehana saw the talented going to the tower, which truly makes them leftovers. Even though everyone calls Lehana perfect, it's only limited to the academy, and outside of it no one thinks that. And she had seen herself the gifted one who went to tower in just first year and became Magia Vander. Colette knew she's talking about Alfaria. And the one who made Wignall realize he's a laggard was his sibling. She's the elf queen and Will knows that's Eleanor. Wignall once thought of supporting her and always stayed with her. But her talent was just unbelievable even when they were kids. She was the high elf who made the Kingswood at that age, and that's how the elders took her away and she became Magia Vander. Meanwhile Wignall, just a laggard and a disgrace, but in reality he was worried for nothing. Ask the magicless like Will how the world treats him. And Will felt like they are so similar and refused to leave Wignall behind. Will believes in him and promised to protect him. And Colette also told Lehana that Will would have laughed at her for thinking like this. Wignall and Will had teamed up to take care of the monsters. But Wignall was amazed how Will was taking out all the high-rise monsters non-stop in a flash of single strike. He realized Will is leagues above him and asked why won't he abandon him like his own race, and Will said he trusts him. Their Kiki warned them of the monsters. And Wignall couldn't sense it with his search spell, but this one was different. The monsters weren't coming, the dungeon is giving birth to them. There, the dungeon spits out the fire monsters, so Will quickly takes out the thing that was giving birth to them. They are Balker the fire monsters. Magic and physical attacks are just useless on them, special to this floor and worth 11 credits. It's a natural enemy to the mages and the things effective against them is elven illusion magic. So now it's time for Wignall to shine because there is no way out of this. Wignall was still unsure about his own power, but Will told him that it's okay to make mistakes and fail because they are not genius, but Wignall was afraid Will could die if he messes up. So Will assured him he won't die because he has a promise to keep, to go the top of the magic tower to meet Elfie. Wignall realized how similar they both were. And there Will started to fight the thing, but his attacks were useless. Wignall saw this and attacked. But even that failed to do anything and he gave up. Their Kiki saved Will from a combined attacks of monsters and Will asked Wignall to attack as he believes in him. His own kin never believed in him, but Will does. So Wignall overcomes his fear to reach Eleanor. There he used his illusion magic and the woods forest literally took care of those monsters. Then he got on his knees and apologized for all the insult he did of Will. Will had seen how hard Wignall had worked and never gave up, and that is why Will always respected him for that. And that marks the start of new friendship. Then Will used a magic item that takes blood to create a map, and Kiki also knows Shaun and Colette sent and was leading them there. Shaun was with Julius. And he refused to give him water to save it, and told him to make the ice and melt it. Their comedy just never stops even here, but Shaun swaps Julius into hiding as he sensed a monster approaching. Julius didn't sense it on search, but Shaun knew from the heat signature that a horde of evil sentinels have come. Yet Shaun casually walks out to fight the monsters and told Julius to help him out. Shaun was pissed remembering the incident where Will had saved him from a sentinel, so that anger, Shaun takes it out on these horde. As for the upper floor, the sentinels attacked the camp and their Edward killed them all with his dark magic. Werkner then takes Edward away to go to deeper floor. Other students have escaped, and the report was that no one made it to the 10th floor except for one party, Lehana's, and finding them there may be difficult, but Werkner has a way. Kiki has a crystal that he can track down, and he knows they are on floor 11. As for Colette, she was leaving traces behind, and 16 hours had passed since they fell to floor 11. Their food and water were running out and they were also reaching their limit, so Lehana apologized to Colette for dragging her to floor 10 to beat the boss of that floor. If she hadn't, they wouldn't have fallen here, but Colette doesn't think that way. That new monster is to blame, plus she tagged along uninvited, so that's that. Lehana felt better hearing that. And Colette was sure Will is gonna find her. Their Wignall sensed mages and ran hard to their direction and saw Shaun had killed the group of Sentinel. Of course with Julius, they were regrouped. But Colette and Lehana were not here. They also sensed someone coming and Colette thought Will was here, but Lehana stopped her because it was Teacher Bruno, and he had his head cut off. He was the unknown attacker stirring up trouble. And that headless guy just fits anyone's head to use it. That monster on floor 10 was also his and it failed to kill the kids and they fell here. Colette was ready to attack as they had killed the professors, so Headless crushed the head and told them they want to destroy the sky barrier. If that happens, a calamity will once again take place according to the legends, and now that they are here, Headless wants to get their heads as well, but Will came down and blocked its attack and saved the girls. Others were here as well as they followed the trail Colette had left behind, so that makes Headless even more happy that he got new prey. Will ends up flying away from his attack. But Headless got a partner who took him away because he sensed Edward and Werkner were approaching. However, Headless calls out to that same monsters that our group encountered on floor 10, the evil Grand Duke. So the next time, it'll be the big fight and the true name of cowards. And right there our episode 10 ends, but stay tuned to watch its next episodes, and for that subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. And most of all drop a like if you enjoyed the episode, so take care.